So I'm Amanda, and I work here at Jacksonville Health and Wellness Center. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the things that I do. So I'm a restorative health instructor, and that basically is just a really big term for all of the modalities of health and wellness that I teach and do up here at Jacksonville Health and Wellness. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about energy medicine and what that is. So if you're new to holistic and you're new to functional medicine and you're really here with those questions of like, I'm not sure if this is a right fit for me, let's dive into what energy medicine and what an energy medicine practitioner does. So let's start with that. So energy medicine is working with that subtle body, the ones that are kind of forgotten about because a lot of us focus on just the physical aspects of health and wellness, but there's a subtle body that's underneath that. And basically sometimes that makes the body a memorized emotion of the past. And so when you're working with energy medicine, you're moving that flow of energy. So remember that the earth is an electromagnetic field, and so is your body. Energy medicine is a big term for using different modalities in a session to get a certain result. So when someone comes in and they do a session with me, I'm going to find out how you want to feel. What are the things, what is your wellness story? What are some of the emotions that you currently feel like are kind of trapped in the body that you're having you're not being able to just get it to move with just diet and exercise? And I'm going to do something called muscle testing. If you're not familiar with muscle testing, it's basically just your body has its own innate ability to know, like a yes and no kind of response. And through testing the body, whether it's strong or whether it's weak, and I do something like I move your wrist around. A lot of people will say that Amanda's kind of talking to your wrist, but basically I'm just checking that yes and no kind of barometer with your body and asking your body those questions that sometimes get past our mental, where we feel like there's a block, but we're not sure what it is. You're like I was saying about your body being a memorized emotion of the past. When you're muscle tested, we go past that whole thought process into what's happening in an underlying issue with the body. And that's how we kind of get that yes and no kind of response to build a session around whatever you're wanting to feel like. So through the muscle testing, I'm going to go through a series of questions. Sometimes I verbally ask them to you, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just kind of feeling through the body of like where any heat sensitivity is at, where I feel like anything may be kind of stuck. I've already had a conversation with you about if you're having pain or if you're having some kind of, issue and where you feel like it might be the strongest at in your body, and we kind of start there. So I use a Chinese medicine chart, and I also use chakra system. So basically your chakra system is like, think about this, like your house is your body. Your chakra system is the electrical box that kind of fuels your meridian systems in Chinese medicine, which are all of those wires that run from that electrical box. So when you align those two systems, your body feels lighter and you feel better. So they can be done multiple ways. It can be done with just hands-on healing, where sometimes you will just feel me touch you. I use, like I said, the Chinese medicine charting. So sometimes I will do acupressure touch and like a healing touch. Sometimes I will use what's called like sound tuner forks. And basically they send a vibrational hertz that kind of aligns that meridian system. And or if something is feeling a little blocked and it's not quite moving, they'll also open up the channels of the body. It's so relaxing. Even children love it. It's just a beautiful session when we use those sound, because you're going to hear them by the ears and you're going to feel like a vibration through the body. So that's kind of what some of the things that I use in that session as a physical tool that I use. And I also use essential oils, Because remember, I'm going to muscle test your body and I'm going to see what we can use to help that channel open the flow. So sometimes I will use stones or a couple of crystals, and I'm muscle testing you to see what's the most powerful. So sometimes I will create affirmations for you that are customized through that muscle testing. Whatever came up in your session, you expressed how you wanted to feel. So I'm going to use some of that verbiage, and I'm going to figure out what your body actually needs, so that when you go home from the session, you actually have your own tools to work with to kind of continue that vibration that we opened up and that clearing that we did of the channels. Because that's really the power too behind the sessions, is when someone does the session and opens it, but when they continue that inner work after they leave the session. So it depends on a person on how in depth that they want to work in the sessions, to whether how many sessions they actually want to do. I always recommend that you do at least 3 pretty back to back, so that you can really clear and open up and really get those messages, I always say, that are from the heart, so you know which way you want to go. So most people leave a session and feel like they're lighter. I've had so many people come back and say, I feel amazing. My partner even noticed I feel so much calmer because of the energy medicine sessions and working with that subconscious mind and changing that perspective about ourselves. It's more about seeing ourselves in a brand new light. So thanks for joining me. Again, I'm Amanda Johns here at the Jacksonville Health and Wellness Center. You can always come in and do a complimentary consult with us just to see if either the energy medicine side and or the hypnotherapy may be something that's right for you.